Today, I want to share with you some of my favorite books that have changed my life. They've given me an important wake up call, or helped me shift my perspective to a more empowered one, or provided new resources and tools to help create change in my life. And I decided to focus on books because there's so many great podcasts and YouTube channels out there and experts on social media. But I picked books because otherwise this video would be about an hour long, but also because I am a book lover, and hopefully some of you are as well. But I love the printed page, and I'm one of those people who underlines the key messages in the book, and I'll refer to it later. Also, I picked books that are less traditional maybe to you. There are great leadership and business books out there, but I wanted to pick some that you might not have heard of yet. First, I want to share two books that can really help you increase your self-awareness. And I've said many times in my videos that awareness, getting to know ourselves, getting to know our thoughts and our beliefs and how they're affecting our behaviors and our level of success, that is a critical first step to shift from surviving to thriving. And this first book I've shared in videos before too, because it is that awesome. The name of it is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And he talks about what your zone of genius is, which are those activities that you're better at than anyone else. It's the areas where you can be of the biggest service, where you're most energized. And in addition to identifying the zone of genius, he identifies 4 hidden ways, subconscious ways, that you can keep yourself from being in your zone of genius and keep yourself from being the most successful that you want to be, both personally and professionally. It's life-changing. You'll read these 4 behaviors and go, oh my gosh, that's me. That reflects my relationship with my parents, or whatever it is. These are family rules that we never really talked about, but that's how I'm living and it's keeping me stuck. Amazing stuff. The second book that I'm going to recommend is Wayne Dyer's, there's a light glare, hopefully you can see it. Dr. Wayne Dyer, may he rest in peace, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And any book by Wayne Dyer is fantastic because he really gets the connection between our thoughts and our behavior and our results and our level of empowerment and the success of our relationships. He really is great too about helping people realize that they are responsible for their own lives. We can't blame anybody else for our results. We have to be accountable, but therefore we're also empowered. So those are 2 great books. The next 2 books provide recommendations on how to create change. Because if you've ever tried to change something, whether it's to stop smoking or be less reactive, whatever it is, it's hard. It takes daily practices and discipline, and both of these books provide some great suggestions. The first one is by Marshall Goldsmith, Triggers. I do not know how I did not read this book sooner. I actually read it just this year for the first time. It's awesome. It provides specifics on what triggers us and our behaviors that aren't serving us, which can negatively affect your relationships, again, your level of success, your finances, and he has some great suggestions of daily practices to take to help create change. And he's someone, along with this next author, who really recognizes the importance of our environment and how that affects our ability to change as well. To that point, let me turn it around, is Willpower Doesn't Work by Benjamin Hardy. And I learned some new things. I actually don't agree with everything he says in this book, but he provides some insights things I hadn't thought of before on how to create change and how to modify your environment so you can create the change that you want. I highly recommend it, and it's a quick, easy read. These next 2 books provide great tools for leaders and organizations. This first one is Standout 2.0 by Marcus Buckingham. And Marcus Buckingham used to work for Gallup for about 2 decades. So his recommendations are very data-driven. And through this book, he's got an assessment that helps you and your team members identify their strengths, their top 2 areas of comparative advantage, so that you can identify those and leverage those for the success of the team. Highly recommend that as a tool. The other one is Brene Brown's book, Dare to Lead. I read this just at the beginning of the year. And some of you have probably heard of her. She's quite a successful author and researcher from Houston, Texas. And her latest book focuses specifically on how to be a better leader and to understand the potential of your team members and their ideas and to dare to bring those to their fullest potential. So those are great tools specifically for leaders and organizations. My last book recommendation for today is about connecting more to your spiritual side. And those are my favorite types of books, those that recognize the energy that we have and the level of consciousness and how it affects our relationship and our results and how we show up in the world, our connectedness with others. And this book is a fun read. It's by Tosha Silver. And the name of it is Outrageous Openness, Letting the Divine Take the Lead. And Tosha Silver is a Yale graduate, and she's got a diverse background and a great, fun approach to her writing. The book is filled with short stories that are just 2 to 3 pages long that deal with everyday life, from finding a parking space to a customer service issue at a store to getting a new apartment. Whatever it is, they're really fun stories that take it from the perspective of letting the divine take the lead, having more ease about our life by letting the divine take the lead and not trying to control everything so tightly. But she does it in such a fun way. Everyone that I've recommended this book to has loved it. So that's my last recommendation for today. All of these books have really been about shifting from surviving to thriving. And that's what I'm all about with this YouTube channel as well. I'm Morgan Quist. I'm your Thrival guide, and I partner with people to shift from surviving to thriving in their careers. I encourage you to share your favorite book, one that's changed your life, and write it in a comment below this video. I also encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on LinkedIn for weekly roadmaps on how to thrive. And I look forward to seeing you next time.